Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do? To reality cast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? Oh, maybe half from your baby mama. Aha! But don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching! Y'all know what it is. And we have a very special guest, one of my good friends. We go way back. Who's the biggest star from Take One, Pass It Back, who plays Juan. Give it up for Jesus. What's up, brother?
Oh man, dude, I miss that charisma, dude. It's been too long.
Oh, brother, I got a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
I got no reason to be, man.
Oh man. Now, for those who don't know, me and Jesus we go way back. So actually went to college. It happened pretty much. Ronnie, who's also one of the main characters in the show, he found Jesus George, who's big man, and he brought him to the Take One Pass It Back rehearsal. And Ronnie was like, look, man, these two right here, I'm gonna tell y'all, they're the best in acting. They got talent. You're gonna love them. And I'm not gonna lie, one of the chillest people I could remember. Like, he was so cool that if anything, like we talked about, he was cool with it. Like he's really like a chill person. And I like came down to filming. He'll memorize the script. I don't know if he memorized it right there and then, but he was so quick. Like he actually knew his lines. Oh man, but brother, what about you? Any memories you can remember?
Yeah, I just remember like that. Like Ronnie bringing it up to me. Same with Vic. We're taking like an intro acting class, and yeah, they pitched me the idea like, hey, we know this guy David. He's doing like a like kind of like a YouTube series. Would you like to join? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. Like I was like pretty like open minded to like a lot of things at that time. And yeah, right at the get go, man. Like I remember going to your house, like meeting the rest of the crew, meeting your family, wonderful people, by the way. It was a very warm environment. I'm like, you know what? I can do this for a while here.
Nice. That's what's up, brother. Yeah, it's amazing, man. You're like a brother. That's why I never really joined a frat or a sorority. Well, actually, sororities for girls, but a frat because I felt like you guys were my family, like our Fast and Furious in a way. Like we're always together.
Yeah.
So I wanna my fans to get to know you more, brother. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your hobbies, and what got you into acting. Did somebody inspire you?
Yeah. So like, pretty standard like guy coming from like Chicago. I've been around the area there. Spent some time in Mexico and like came back for the last time like back when I was like 10 years old, like around 2000. And yeah, when I went to college for NNIU, like I was more focused on going towards like a business degree. It was all about like, hey, or even just more into politics. Actually, I was taking all these like economics classes, like just in general stuff that was like very far away from acting. And I was like really devoted to it. Like it got to the point where like the one of the summers, I think it was like sophomore year, I was getting ready to like go out to DC actually do like an internship with some politician. It was gonna be all paid out through some scholarship. It was the works, like I was fully invested. And they were like, yeah, just make sure you do your gen eds and just take like another like arts class just to like fill that up. I'm like, sure, why not? So looking around, I saw some random class for children's theater. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, why not? What could go wrong? So I got in there, like I had no interest in acting before that. But I ended up falling in love with it, the whole everything about it, like from set design. It was pretty much just like a class for showing like kind of doing like a play for like kindergartners. They'll like go into the school, we'll host like a play for them. It was like Oedipus for the Odyssey.
Oh,
Yeah, and my character was like one of the suitors for like Oedipus's wife, and he was like kind of like a big, brash, like very loud, like extrovert. Very far from what I was at that time. But like the whole experience like taught me like it kind of brought out the whole extrovert in me. So I was like, you know what? I love this. Let me like fully dive into it. And then so from there I just started like taking as many acting classes as I could, like anything for set design, switched my my whole degree actually to communications, media, and theater. And yeah, from there I did all that part there and fell in love with it.
oh. And who was your favorite professor?
Oh, Lisa Cantwell, who's no longer there, actually. She was the one who actually introduced me to acting in the Children's Theater Workshop. She was very like motivating, honestly. Like she was very open-minded. She was like very encouraging. She nurtured the whole like braggy side of me. Like she actually got me like this like leather vest because my character was with this big broy dude. It's like, yeah, my husband has this jacket. I think you'll pull it off very well for this role. I'm like, sure. So I was like yoga, like this toga, like below, and then like on top of this like Fonzie like jacket. I'm like, okay, this is awesome right here.
Whoa, dude, that's cool, man. And you remember Angie, right?
Yeah, Angie Swangart. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she's so sweet, bro. One of the sweetest teachers of all times. It's crazy because one thing I like about her class is before any acting, we did yoga. I don't know if she did that. We did that.
Yeah.
And so we would do that for a good 10 minutes, bro. It was so relaxing. I was like so chill. I was like, man, I needed this. And I ain't gonna lie, some girls, they were looking cute. You know what I'm saying? My eye kind of open, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But honestly, man, Angie's so sweet. She was so fun. I even remember after class, right? She taught us whatever she wanted to teach. And at the end, dance with somebody, she'll put music and I'll dance with a girl. And Angie was cool because I was like, hey, Angie, you know what I'm saying? And so she hooked me up and I was dancing with a pretty girl and I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was so, and I was like, man, you be the best wing girl, like for real. And she's so, I feel like because she's young, she has that like that young spirit that you need, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was very much about like trying to bring out the best in her students, honestly. Like she actually helped me like refine some of like my acting skills like after I took that children's theater workshop. And yeah, we did the same like kind of like warm-up exercises before we did like into like our scenes. Same with stretching, with like what's that game where we like throw the ball to each other?
Dude, I forgot the name, but that was my favorite game, dude. I forgot the name. I don't know if you have to say their name or I don't know. I don't remember. I do remember. And the last one, it was always, I don't think I've ever won once. Tens, like everyone gets really complete.
Yeah, I remember that. She was a wonderful teacher, man.
She moved to New York.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, dude, ain't nobody gonna be Angie. I was kind of sad. Interesting thing, right after I graduated, one of my professors, I don't know if you have, your name was Jim Blair.
Heard of him, never had him though.
No, he really nice guy. Pretty much, this is kind of cool story. So he knew I was doing improv, and I have never done like a real actual play ever. Mm-hmm. But he seen my work, like Angie would invite him for, theater. And he's like, look, man, I got this play coming up. It's lounging. Honestly, you fit the character. I was like, for real? You do an audition. He said, you're going to play the smoking pothead security guard. I was like, bro, even better. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, look, I'll let you even improv it. Like, whatever you want to add, just do it. I said, okay, cool. So we did it. It was like a 6-week process, right? Rehearsals. The performance was like, I think, a month and a half. And it was my first night of Northeastern. Like, he literally booked a whole big venue. And the crazy thing, right after the show, all the actors to his house, right? Now, this is crazy. We go to the house, and you're not going to believe this. The lady that opens the door, the crazy part, his wife failed me for math class.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh, yeah, I know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel algebra or forget pre-cal, I don't know which one. And I was like, Professor, I know you're disappointed with me, class. I think you're the only one that knows that. Doing overall, I mean, you graduated. I see you graduated. I said, yeah, I did. So, but I feel bad that I didn't pass your class. She's like, it's all right. I move from this and I have a good time. I said, dang, I feel good. But it's crazy how I never thought. I remember you used to work at the nightclub, club bouncer.
Yeah, so like through like most of college and like the first like year after college, like I was doing like random jobs. Like even before you met me, I was doing like writing. I was doing like a newspaper management thing. I was doing the DJ for a bit. Then I started doing like carpentry work. And then like after that, I went to like a restaurant manager position. And then I became like a bouncer for like about a year, I want to say. It
Oh, and how
was
was
kind
your
of like Homer Simpson, actually. Yeah. Every day's like a random job. Like, okay, today I'll be a bouncer.
Is there a lot of times you had to stop people from eating, or
I did have some altercations, and but it was pretty fun overall. You know, like they had me wear like this kind of like Men in Black suit with a little earpiece and everything, which like felt kind of dope. You know, because I'm just there posted up in the corner. I'm like, oh yeah, oh remember that? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that one. Oh cool. So it was very like professional. I felt very like like cool about that. But it was fun. It was just the pay wasn't there because it was pretty much just like weekends, so you relied on tips. So like if you were if someone like caught your like if someone caught someone's eye like a customer, they you showed them a good time, like you were very cool with them, they'll leave like $100 on the side, like, hey, thanks for helping you out, man, this and that. I'm like, cool, that's what's up. But at that point I needed like more money to get me by, so I had to find some call center job, and then my current position IT.
way back? Like, I was just, for those who don't know, I literally called my boy Jesus like probably a week ago, and I was like, bro, guess what? And he goes, what? I was like, bro, we're about to release season 3 from Take One Pass It Back. He goes, what? He's like, what happened? Like, I thought it was already out. He goes, I'm like, look, bro, here's Victor, as you know, and he was supposed to have it done on my birthday 3 years in a row, and I'm like, bro, people are waiting. And I finally convinced him to get it done. You're in it, and we got the whole game. For those who don't know, we've been doing this for 7 years together with the same cast, with the same family. I even remember in the rehearsals, we will have pasta, pizza, the same, either pasta or pizza. We will switch it up, but always a. And there was time, I ain't gonna lie, you could tell Vic got mad because me and Ronnie will goof off. We ain't get nothing done. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, good
Oh,
times.
right. And brother, what been a while? What was
Uh-huh.
your favorite scene or favorite when you had to shoot that you can remember that was a good time, and why you enjoyed it?
I would say the time between that time we went to that I want to say it was a restaurant, but it was more like it was like a dance scene for like one of like the later episodes. It was you. I want to say it was Maribel también. Like you guys were like dancing somewhere like on the east side. But I remember I love that scene because everybody was pretty much in their element. You know, like everybody had their character down. Like I was being neurotic. Ron was being just more of a pothead. Like he was in the zone for that. And you just being like all charismatic as usual with your dancing, just like showing off in front of everybody. But I love that scene, honestly. And the second one was like where you and me were talking about like this dating, like blanking on her character's name. We went like into like date, and you remember you renting out this like Chinese restaurant so we could sit
Oh
together.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
yeah, so we're there, and like I remember seeing my face, like okay, I like what I'm doing here. I like my acting stuff. And then like kind of like those cutbacks to like you and me in like that cafeteria area and like NEIU, of me telling you like how my date went, and it just had like a nice kind of flow and chemistry that I just loved in that scene there.
Josie,
Yeah. What was her character's
what's
name? It's been way too long.
Jessica.
Jessica. Yeah.
Dude, that's like so way back. And one scene I really like from YouTube is actually the bakery scene, where how it's like how you guys first met. Cool. And then you're like, hey, what's this? And she goes, oh, that's a chuchito, which is a small tamale in
Yeah.
Guatemalans. Okay, cool. And then you were like with her in the background. It was a song. Oh, I think I love you, and what you so afraid of? And it was just so cool because you chilling with her in the park, and it was so dope, man. Like we go, I'm telling you, man. Like one thing I gotta say, brother, you and Jessica were very good with your chemistry, even in real life. For any scene, for on it makes it like stand out. You know what I'm saying? You guys feed off each other's energy, you know?
Yeah, and I think it was actually her. Like she had like really good she had like a natural skill to just like bring out like the just like kind of this charisma, just like kind of friendliness too. Like she made it so much easier for me, honestly, because even back then I was still kind of like shy and introverted, but she just like made the whole process like smooth as hell, honestly.
Right. Dude, it's crazy, man. And you know what's funny is that all of you guys, you Jesus, I'm saying Jesus. So you Ronnie and big man George and Victor are all 6 foot
Yeah.
at least. Every time you see me and we had a whole gang, it looked like y'all were my bodyguards. Like y'all were making sure I was safe.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And I do remember one time, brother, this is a true story. So pretty much I had a rehearsal at my house on the weekday. I dropped you off and my cousin went in the car with me and he lives with me. And so we're driving. I dropped you off and we're driving. Why? This was the scariest time of my life. So and I guess my body was so tired, but my cousin like sleeping a little bit. And he go, hey, bro, wake up, bro. I ain't trying to die tonight. I was like, oh, damn, oh, you know. I was scared, man. I was sweating. I was like, bro. And he goes, bro, why are you so tired? I said, I don't know, man. It could be the lotion. I don't know. It could be too many drinks, you know. But I didn't have no drinks, you know. I just, you know, it could be Pepsi, you know, because it's weird because Coca-Cola gets me sleepy sometimes. I don't know why. I should do the opposite. But it was a crazy, a little scary experience, But yeah, brother, I gotta say, remember when we did Taco Bell versus Chipotle?
Oh, I feel so bad about that one. I feel so bad because I don't remember, but I know exactly why I don't remember because I got there just like really big, honestly. Like I don't know what I was doing before, but it involved like way too much weed. And when I got there, it was kind of just a haze. I'm like, we're getting Taco Bell, all right. But I completely forgot what we're doing recording that day. And it's like, oh my god.
Oh, dude, I was literally gonna say that. Like, you were so out of it. You're like, yo, man, this man is so good. Like, you were just so chill. And dude, you know what's really crazy? That like, you know, Ronnie he plays Kevin or Kush, but he's known to be a guy that smokes weed.
Yeah.
But in real life, never actually ever did weed. He did it once when he was young, but never again. But he wasn't a smoker in real life. So now in 2021, our brother is a real you can say a piehead now. So he became the real Kush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was ironic. I still see that like his snaps and like I remember back then I was trying to get him to smoke with me because I was a pothead back then. He was like, no, I'm not about that life. I'm like, okay, good for you, man. And then as soon as it got legalized, like all of a sudden I'm seeing him like making like snaps about like baking like edibles and like these new like contraptions and like all these crazy blunts. I'm like,
he's like, dude, glass. He was on it, man. He was on it. Man, it's telling Victor. I literally talked to him 2 days ago that I feel like our group, right? Our Take One Pass It Back family, we are like the Wu-Tang for music. Because Wu-Tang, they got everybody to, even though they weren't making money on their craft, you know, somehow. Like, and I learned so much about myself and what I had to do better. See, Ronnie and I, we used to like bump heads in a good way. It's funny, I made some of the script, like I wrote it, but I didn't memorize it. Like, I try to compete with each other on the improv. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of pushes you to get out your comfort zone and one thing I gotta say, brother, we have I feel like I'm being real that going to college, I know a lot of people talks about you don't have to be successful to go to college, but I feel personally that project that we did together would never existed. I think that it was meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. That's one thing I felt about too. Like even like the first or the first time we did recording, like it didn't feel like everybody was a stranger. Honestly, it felt like we all knew each other. Like we were longtime friends. Like we had that kind of chemistry like between us, where like you had like okay, like the brains person like Clarabelle. You had like the bot and myself. You know, like everybody had like a role, but like we all felt like this long time group. Like we've known each other for years, and that's actually what kept me coming back to these like recordings because like I just felt like I knew you guys for the longest time ever. Man, I was like, this is a nice group, and I definitely miss you guys.
Yeah, dude, I miss you. I was talking to Clint when she was like, we should get together. Because the last time we actually all got together was Olive Garden. You remember that?
Was it that time or the time we was like I think it was your birthday? I want to say like it was your backyard.
Oh yeah, you're right, dude. You're right.
Yeah,
Dude, I got so hammered that day. Like, all right, bro, another shot. And I was like, all right, cool.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right. And wasn't Ronnie there too?
yeah. Pretty much most of us were there, honestly, except for like no, I think it was actually everybody. Yeah,
Dude, that is crazy, dude. I totally forgot. Dude, you're so right. Last time we were together, man, I feel like the next time I come to Chicago, if it's at a restaurant or at my crib, wherever, just to have us, I think is nice, because honestly, you're right. Every birthday at my
uh-huh.
place, because there was another time you came to. I had a get together, dude. You're not gonna believe it. Big man lost so much weight.
Did he,
Dude,
George?
yeah, George looks like a Crombie model.
Man, good for him.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I was like, bro, you ain't big man no more. You Mr. Fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Look at that guy. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like when I saw him, I was like, yo, George, you look good. He's been doing it. He's like changing my diet, been working out.
Mhm.
And you know what's crazy is that big man, I called him like 2 weeks ago. Big man, I got some good news, kind of like what I did with you. Big man, I got good news, man. Season 3 coming out. Now, I'd love to do season 3 with you, but I don't live in Chicago no more. I live in Rhode Island. And I was
Nah.
like, bro, you ain't got to worry about it. We already filmed it. He goes, oh, my bad, my bad.
Nice.
It was really fun, man. Good times, man. You know what? It's crazy. Everybody is in a different chapter of their life. Like Clarabelle, she just had a baby.
Yeah.
My boy Big Man moved to another state. I moved to Vegas, brother. You gotta come out whenever.
Oh, you're not ready, man. Do not extend that invitation, man. You'll regret it.
I mean, my house is always open. So if you want us to crash by, I'm more than happy to show you around. We'll have a good time. And yeah, dude, I have Vic. He came for like a weekend. I think just a weekend. Like if you want to come through, let me know. Your birthday. Hey, wait, by the way, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you,
Your birthday
man.
was yesterday.
Thank you very much, dude.
So what did you do for your birthday?
Unfortunately, nothing. I've actually been sick like the last week or so, so I've been pretty like exhausted. But I think I might just do something this week, tomorrow with some friends and coworkers, and just still kind of like do something, But yeah, unfortunately, I've been sick like the last week, so haven't been able to do much.
Oh, okay.
31.
Dude, I'm about to be 30 this August coming up, bro. The time went so fast.
Yeah, like I had that mini life crisis, man. I was like, man, 30 already?
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude. Like, honestly, when I was young, I was like, man, I can't wait when I'm 21. You remember?
Uh,
And then I'm like, oh, man, I can't believe I'm going to be 25 and 24. And now I'm like, man, I wish I never said that because it went too fast.
I wish I could drink all night and wake up with like no like crazy hangover. Like, yeah.
No, for real, man. It's crazy, bro. Crazy stuff. And you did say you lived in Mexico for a little bit, right? Right.
Yeah, like when I was like 10 years old, I did like 2-3 years over there, and then I came back over here for the final time. I'm sorry.
Like what part of Mexico your family?
Oh, my family's from Jalisco.
Oh wow. Okay, okay. Never been there to be honest. I've only been to Oaxaca and Puebla. Those are the only places, and of course the capital. But no, that's dope. Like any memories, like
Not the main one I have is like my grandpa. Like, he was a truck driver, so like he would put me out of school for like a week or two, like at a time, and just like have me with them to like travel around the area. So I love like sitting like passenger seat, watching like going around the montañas, like seeing like all the valleys and everything. And I actually went back like I want to say what last year for the first time since. Unfortunately, it was Cancun, so it wasn't like a huge like like immersion, but like went back. I'm like, man, it feels good to be home for a little bit, you know.
Oh, yeah. Because one thing I gotta say, brother, I your videos and you've been traveling all over the world almost. I saw you with
Yeah,
a big old elephant. I don't know
yeah.
what country you were. What country was that?
So that's crazy. It was actually Thailand. Like, funny story. I went there what 2 years ago. Like, it was in March. I went there like on a Monday or Tuesday, and then Wednesday, like that's when Chicago locked down because of COVID. It had just started, so like I was already on a plane. Like I was like on layover in Japan, and I went to Thailand. And I was there for I think like 2 or 3 weeks. And the whole time I'm there, I'm just I'm living my best life or whatever. But I'm seeing like posts from my friends like, "Oh, we got locked down. We got to work from home now." I'm like, "Damn, there's some crazy stuff going on in the U.S." But I'm gonna just like turn off my phone for now. But yeah, that was Thailand. Like in the last like day or two, like I was at a elephant sanctuary, so I got a chance to like drive like 2 or 3 hours outside of like Bangkok, and yeah, I got to like hang around with some elephants. Like amazing creatures, honestly. It's weird touching an elephant and seeing like how smart they are.
Oh,
But yeah, been traveling since. Like done like Turkey, Colombia, Ecuador. Was it Hungary for a little bit? There was Italy, Greece, Egypt, and Morocco. I'm probably missing one or two in there.
whoa, dude. And what, like, you just went by yourself, or did you go with a group of friends?
I went for myself for all of them except for like Colombia with some coworkers, but like everywhere else, just went for myself and just kind of just threw myself into a role.
Whoa, dude, that's crazy, man. Like,
I've got some very not safe for work stories. I got some amazing stories. I've got some stuff that'll trip you out, like stuff in the Amazon, like some ayahuasca stories from there. I've some weird stories from Bangkok I've seen. Yeah, I've seen quite a bit actually.
so tell us a little story then. Tell us a wild story that you can remember.
I'll tell you the one for like the quicker version of the Amazon one. So when I went to like Colombia, like after that I took a detour to Ecuador. And from there, like I was in Quito for like a night, and then I had like I had some reserved like kind of like reservation for like 5 days. It was just like remote, like kind of like reservation for like healing, and like the whole idea was like they have you take ayahuasca like 2 out of those 5 days. And so they drove me out like 5-6 hours into the Amazon jungle. I'm like, okay, I cannot see anything. Like it's like full on. Like there was maybe like Wi-Fi like 20 minutes out of the whole day. And so the whole time there, like pretty much we're kind of just cleansing, eating like fruits and vegetables, like get in touch with nature. We're doing like hikes around like the area where we're at. It was by like this tribe, one of the tribesmen called, from Quichua. And it was kind of like a little bicep actually. He spoke perfect Spanish. Like we got along like this right away. And he's like, yeah, this plant right here, this will kill you. This will kill this. This will kill you. Don't touch that. That's going to burn your hand off. I'm like, what? And so it was crazy. It was like, oh my God, I'm seeing this crazy stuff. And yeah, 2 of those nights, like a shaman came by, and like we had this big hut, like it was 10 of us from like different people from around the world. And yeah, he would start the ceremony. He would give us like this tea, and he would kind of just like we'd turn off all the lights. So like the only thing you saw was maybe like the moon and anything that reflected the light of the moon. So it was like you saw nothing but jungle, like shadows outside. And I've always been kind of like atheist, never really believed in anything like spiritual. So I was more okay, let's see what happens here. And sure enough, the first night, like I saw like kind of little visions, but nothing crazy. But the second night, like he's like, okay, so you want to see some stuff? I got you. So he's giving me like a stronger brew, and like again, same thing, like turn off the lights. And then half an hour later, I start hearing like voices, and they're like, I'm like, what? He's like, close your eyes. I'm like, okay. So I close my eyes, and like I'm seeing like these crazy celestial bodies. They're looking at me like they're trying to like get my attention. They're swiping their hand, like showing all these crazy colors, and like a bunch of other like beings come around around me, and they're asking me to like do different things, like look in my direction, stand up, sit down, lay down. they're touching my cheek, and I swear I could feel like their hands. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And like, the whole time the shaman's doing like this like crazy, like beautiful chant, you know, just kind of like guide the whole like journey. And it was like a very transformative experience. And like the next day, like we all gather around the same area, and he comes back, and we're all kind of just sharing our experience. And it was my turn. I'm like, yeah, I saw all this stuff. I was telling him what I saw. And he was like, good. Like, I've got the idea that you weren't very like open to spirituality. And so like I was calling on the spirit from like the mountains that's meant to like kind of open your eyes to the whole thing. So kind of give you like a taste of what everything was at. I'm like, that makes sense, because it literally just like I saw a glimpse of just about everything out there. And I was telling him like, okay, I saw these spirits and like these beings and like some stuff like just random stuff I was seeing. It's like, yeah, there's like different like spirits from like different parts of the jungle showing you their domain. Like they were kind of just giving you like a glimpse into their life. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh, dude, that wow. So now what do you see? Like, what do you feel now with when it comes down to spirituality? Because what's your thoughts now?
Two things come to mind, honestly. Like, I'm definitely not as like I guess you would say atheist. I'm more kind of agnostic at this point. But two things come to mind. Like from that brew I was drinking, ayahuasca, either the mind is capable like so much more than we thought possible based on what I saw. That's more like the atheistic view of like what I'm experienced, or just something out there, man. Because like the shaman, like he knew a lot about me, like, or he knew like a lot about the situation. Like he made way too much sense. Like at one point, like he was calling people up like one at a time and kind of just like I guess kind of like sort of healing them, like kind of just like bringing stuff out of them. And when I sat down, like earlier that day, like we were doing some trek and it was like raining, so I was like busting like my shit like all over the place. I slid down like kind of like a mountain, like kind of messed up my leg pretty badly, so I was limping by the time I came back. And sure enough, when I sat down, like he's kind of has like this like bundle of leaves. He's kind of just like shaking them while chanting, and then like he stops like at my leg, and he starts kind of just going like gesturing like around my leg, and the pain went away. Whoa. I didn't tell him my leg was hurting. I didn't tell him any of that. And like every part, like random parts of my body was like, and I would feel like my body just to relax. And like the next day when I woke up, I was able to walk around fine. I'm like, I cannot explain that.
That shows you that when like our people, like the Aztecs, the Mayans, before Spaniards came over, that when it came down to nature, they really took care of nature. They created their own medicine, or even their spiritual ritual that they had that was more effective. You see what I'm saying? You got to experience a little taste of that. And remember anything, or maybe a story you could share about what about Egypt or Morocco that you could remember?
So one thing I've noticed like about like a lot of these countries I visit, like I've never like kind of gravitated towards like the touristy side of things. So like when I was in Egypt, I wasn't doing like resorts or anything like crazy like that. I was always going to like bazaars and like just general like more like areas where I was trying to like become one with like the kind of like one of the citizens, essentially, like part of like the culture. So experience as much as I can about that. And the biggest thing I've learned was that happiness is relative. You can have like a lot of stuff in like in your life, a lot of like materialistic goods, but it doesn't always mean you're happy. Like one of the guys, the guy that was showing us around, the member of the Quichua tribe, we were like chatting around like after like the hike, and I'm asking him just about his life, like how's it going, like how do you guys live here? And this guy just lived like in a general like 1-bedroom hut. He had like his phone for like the only source of internet and a guitar, and like that's how he spent his day. Just like he looked on YouTube how to play guitar videos. And I asked him, like, do you ever want to like thought about going around outside of the different country? I'm like, no, I'm happy here. I have everything I need. And like he told me like one of the reasons people come here is because they want to like escape from that. They want to get back into connection with their nature. They want to just let go of the whole like idea of like materialistic needs, or keeping up with the Jonases, I guess. And same thing in Cairo, same thing in Morocco, same thing in Turkey. A lot of these countries where I visited, like they didn't have a lot of money, but they were so much happier than a lot of people I know here. Same with Thailand, man. Like they were just like they had like some people didn't even have like internet, especially in Morocco. Like it kind of kept going in and out. They were just very like not so much like ingrained in technology as we are here, but they were all happy.
Wow, dude. No, that's amazing. Crazy how the United States, when it comes down to people that are, poor or middle class, not very grateful sometimes. Not everybody, but you can see how a lot of people that are struggling, they're always complaining. They're never happy. You're right. When I went to Mexico, Guatemala, the people there, even if they're so poor, they're always happy. May not have a lot, but I'm gonna enjoy my life, and it's so dope. Like, seeing them, even talking to their attitudes different. That's why I feel like here in America we're too privileged, and
Mhm.
I feel like we're giving too much everything. Like everything's pretty much given in a way, and that's why people don't are grateful because it's handed to them.
Yeah, and that's don't get me wrong. Like when I was visiting these areas, like it actually made me appreciate what I had more here because I saw them. Like my eyes, were like okay, these guys are struggling still. Like I saw some like pretty depressing stuff in Cairo, like seeing like kids out on the street just like dying of starvation. Like I was like, oh my god, like I have not been around that like it's so long since Mexico, and it made me appreciate it more. But it made me realize that like a lot of Americans, we have like so much in terms of like material goods that we don't take that into appreciation, or we don't make much out of it. Like if you someone like living on the south side who doesn't have the same kind of income as someone like on the north side or like on the burbs, it's not entirely a bad thing, but we take so much for granted in that sense. Like really, all we need is just like a roof over our heads, like like a meal for dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever. A steady income. It might not be the best. You might be able to afford like the latest and greatest, but a little goes a long way, and we
Yeah,
forget that.
for sure, man. For sure. No, that was a statement. I really appreciate that, brother. I'm gonna make a quick announcement. And sure you stay tuned. My boy's in it, and I'm in it. It's gonna change your life. Has comedy, drama, romance, everything you think to have a good time. And last thing, guys, this is the outlet to reality. The holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago every Tuesday. Get to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching! Y'all know where to find me. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, the outlet to reality, and my TikTok is at Yaakov28. My Snapchat is take one pass it. And Zeus, where can my fans find you?
Mostly on Instagram, honestly. Was it Shy House 007 from Chicago? I love house music and I love James Bond, so go figure. But yeah,
Perfect, man. Thank you, brother.